Hi everyone, this is Joanna. Thank you so much for tuning in. I wanted to do a quick weekly collective tarot with our animal oracles and the beautiful new deck that I've been using, as well as a shaman deck. So thank you so much for tuning in. And I've been getting some new energies on these big shifts. This is the fall equinox, and we all know that we're getting more profound energies from all of the sacred portals and higher light codes for us to gather greater light. As we gather greater light, we understand we've got to release the density to create that greater light room within ourselves and within the multidimensional bodies and fields that we exist within. And so that's just an ever-evolving process of living in joy, living in bliss, living in ecstasy of who you are as source creator, releasing all old paradigms and programs, mental, emotional, physical, and etheric, so that you can allow yourself to rise up in your highest light of the Christic energy of who you are in the light body of your soul's essence. And so some of the energies that I've been getting to prepare vast, expansive ascension potentials is really challenging us to look at our core beliefs on what we know home to be, and where does home feel like to us, and how can we redefine it through the soul, through the soul's perspective, through the source perspective. And how are we recreating that idea and that vibration of resonance at a collective level, and why we've had these reset periods that we've had. And how can we thread in the omnipresence, that micro-macro experience of our oneness with source as source, the divine feminine balance, the divine male balance, and living within this new collective 5D template that Gaia is moving into, the homecoming of her belonging with the galaxy as we're moving through an omnipresent ascension, not just the individual human collective. It's a micro-macro experience, as we've talked about in many of our radio shows and books. And so those are some of the things we wanted to post in our offering this morning. In our video was to take a really, in your morning self-care sessions, and when you're doing your dream reflections, we're all being posed with these experiences to really truly question our belief systems about who we are, what we exist within, and what exists within us, and how it can be the most omnipresent, diverse, allowing omnipresence, the law of one, that we are all one, that we release all limitations in our thought processes to be living from that surrendered soulful experience, not the ego mind mental experience. What the creators had showed me last night was that this entire experience of our oneness with source is experiential at a soul level. It's not a mental experience. The mental body and the mind is part of our toolkit. But our soul's purpose and our soul's growth through all time, through all eons, through all lineage, regardless of the body or the forms that we take, is that it's soulful experience. And that soul experience is the resonance that we hold. How to drop within our heart and feel the resonance of love, the experience of love, and how love, that infinite experience, our consciousness, allows us to experience the infinite. Why we are infinite, eternal beings, that law of one experience, micro-macro. And so we're really shifting into living and being the soul essence. And so it's really profound. So allow yourself to muse softly as you open up your divine sacred heart and live within the oneness, releasing and allowing that all experiences are one, allowing you to move closer to those embodiment experiences of what you truly desire to experience as a soul experience. Releasing the minutia of what was, and just soaking within my soul's experience to experience source, to love, unconditional joy and bliss of who I am as a soul. Therefore, in doing so, it serves the all, it affects the all. You'll receive all that you need in doing so. And so let's do our collective tarot. We've got our beautiful, my favorite deck so far. And we're also going to pull the sacred shaman deck from Alana Fairchild. I don't have her box here right now. But all of her decks, I recommend all of her decks. She's an amazing goddess energy. She's one that studies and knows what she's doing in the archetypal energies and the goddess energies. The deck by Lucy Cavendish is my new favorite one. It's a very otherworldly, allowing us to live within that soul's essence of our otherworldly, understanding that we are living within our shamans, our oracles, our lineage, all of the sacred beings that we are linked and connected with and threaded with, and to live as that. And so our collective animal tarot that I've been shuffling Give it a couple more shuffles. And what is the collective message for the Elohim and the collective from the light programs of the holy creators into the highest light programs? And we thank you for being with us in the energies of Gaia, the energies of the fairies and the pixies and the elementals that live with us, allowing us to continually transition into new light frequencies of who we are as expansive souls and beings through the Holy Mother and the Holy Father of all that we are as balanced and harmonious beings of holy light through human form. We thank you. First card that comes forward, we're going to bring 3 animal cards. Wow, it's my favorite card. I have this one out all the time. Thank you. Sacred animals. On the bottom, we have the dragonfly, which is the magic. I love dragonflies. They've taken pictures of them. They're on my Facebook. And so the first one that came out was the heron, patience. I think that's the heron, yeah. So create a place of nature's stillness to be renewed. Take time alone and find balance. Step confidently towards your purpose. Patience will provide you the rewards. This one's really been big lately. The patience energy is about understanding that when you surrender as a soul, all will be provided and every moment has its divine soul's purpose. How we've operated previously is from that mind ego perspective through which the ego just wants to do, get done. The soul's experience understands that in every present moment that there is a story unfolding within a story, within a story, within a story, the micro macro. And that when we're centered in this space of now, this space of allness, we allow ourselves the ability to appreciate, to resonate, and to you see how that heron is looking out into the vast essence of what it is moving into. Without us taking that time and without appreciating the presence of who we are, without appreciating everything that we've been through, creating that time of celebration, creating that time of reflection and resonance of what we choose to experience with our soul, in partnership with our soul, in partnership with Source Creator, in partnership with Gaia, in partnership with our beautiful collective, then we're not living from that experience of that soul's oneness, that ever-seeding moment of our essence of one with Source. It requires that we have patience in that process. It's not something you can rush through, and it's not a race. It's not something you can demand yourself to or command yourself to. It's a matter of allowing every breath and every note within the song and every letter within the alphabet, every letter within the words that you write, all have its purpose to hold together the nurturance of the sacred flowering that each of us are doing, the sacred seeding that we're all doing. And it requires patience. The sacred journey that you are upon and you have been on is a beautiful sacred journey, and it can't be rushed. Every lesson has a multi-dimensional flowering within it. Oftentimes, because some of them are very challenging and traumatic, and we've experienced them over and over again, we just want to say enough is enough, rip the Band-Aid off, I'm done. I've been there, experienced it. And my teams will say there's a multi-dimensional blessing and a gift within it. Just sit with it, be patient with it. It's allowing the universe is held within this patience, which is another big experiential lesson for the soul. When you allow spirit and the universe to work with you and allowing the universal energies to flower and bathe and soothe and heal those experiences that we want to rush through, oftentimes it comes forward in a much beautiful flowering way, which is the lotus experience from the depths of the mud and the trenches that the lotus is rooted within. It must go through those rooting navigations of density to become that flower of light that it is, to spawn new seeds and to spawn new nurturance. We're allowing ourselves to see as a soul that the patience of the soul's journey, the sacredness of the soul's journey is to understand that every breath you take and every now moment that you have in stillness and in patience of your own journey, the nurturing of it allows you to seed those greater soils that will have long-lasting sustenance so that your soul comes back in whatever new moment to be the higher, greater, vaster, deeper, wider, richer version of who you are in Source. And you just have this still, pleasant, serene, peaceful, patient resonance about you through which your world creates around you. There is oftentimes, my teams have told me that you've done all that you can do in that action. You're the male energy, divine masculine needs rest and healing. It's done everything. It must, in equal balance, take time out throughout the day to be in that divine feminine, to receive, to feel the intuitive sensings, to feel the intuitive nurturance that the Divine Mother offers. The Divine Mother is a requirement on all manifestations. It feels into the resonance of how do you want to seed, and what they were giving me. We just posted a video on the tree of life. So please go back and watch that, because I'm threading in the seeds of wisdom from that. What they were showing me is that how you nourish what it is you want to grow, what you want to manifest, is that divine feminine. What feelings and what vibration do you want to go into that manifestation? And it takes all of your soul sometimes to that nurturance. As you know, a beautiful child, you want to nurture it with all that you are in truth and honesty and profound resonance and profound wisdom and intellect and all that you are as a vast dynamic soul being. And it's not something that you can do overnight. It takes those moments of navigation through all of those challenges and those densities. And how may we honor them in the patience of our reflection and our celebration that we do on a daily self-care basis. And the next one that came out was the unicorn, the infinite possibilities. And again, understanding that that's how we create the majesty of what we see before us. Those miracles that reside before us don't come in those quick moments where we're running ourselves thin and ragged. They come in those moments where we're still with peace and nature. We're still in the receiving of the graciousness of Source Creator that we are experiencing ourselves to be. And this one says that you are sovereign of the seen and unseen worlds. So that means that you are Source in all moments. And are you allowing it to thread its way to you, through you, for you? The magic of love surrounds you. Beauty transforms you. Listen to the spirits of light. Abandon the darkness. Go beyond the ordinary and become legendary. So that's again where you release all that was the limitations of the ego, those limiting mind programs, and you surrender and soften into your heart and allow, that's the Divine Mother, to receive the abundance and the beauty and the blessings that is seen and unseen, because we are now creating a universal energy, which means that we're bringing the seen from the unseen. And it's all based on how we feel, how we allow ourselves to move through reality, how we allow ourselves to be a part of that beautiful, loving essence that is the flow of Source. So magical. And this one just kind of goes with this one, the resonance, the patience to allow yourself to regenerate, the patience to allow yourself to know that in all moments you can allow, so again, we're talking about the seeds of life, and then building that 5D homecoming for yourself. And what does home mean to you? That home means that you're regenerating the home of who you are in all new moments, that you're allowing yourselves to be patient, to sit, to be still, to listen, to honor, to receive, to clear, to cleanse, to bathe, to soothe, to soften, to smooth. All of those are processes of the integration process of what you've been through, and to celebrate it. Can you be patient with it? Can you honor it? Can you allow yourself to soften within the wisdoms that expand in all directions, because we're multidimensional vast beings? Allow yourself to breathe in the wisdom. Allow yourself to breathe in the regenerative breath that Source is. Allow yourself to hear the new spirit that speaks with you and talks with you and walks with you and is ready to bathe and breath new grounds and new serene threads and roots. In every moment you can regenerate to something new. And it requires our mindfulness to know that we create miracles in all moments when we allow our allness to be in more masterful domain of who we are as this spirited soul experience. And we're ever threading and ever seeding and ever expanding from our heart space, from our centered space, and in constant awareness of how we feel centered and peaceful and serene. And I'm allowing all infinite possibilities and potentials and miracles to live through me. I'm receiving them, I've seeded them, I've blessed them, and I've prayed for them. I've given communion and sacredness and time and thought and form. I've imagined and I've created and I've drawn and I've colored and I've sang and I've danced. I've been the living physical vibration of miracles. And I know in divine timing, it will be regenerated through and through and through, and I will receive in kind. That's just the reciprocation of that magical essence that we are living in our higher selves. And through all nature tells us and reflects to us. So I love nature, I love Gaia. Thank you, Gaia. Thank you, elementals. And that's the Wisdom Oracle, the Spirit Animal Oracle. Thank you. And we're going to go with our otherworldly, the beautiful cards and the beautiful decks. Thank you. I always keep these beautiful cards out when I'm doing my own presentation for my day and creating the vibrations of experience that I want to explore through my day. Allow yourself to breathe in the light that is Source. Allow yourself, children, just to slow down and take breaths through the day. Reflect upon the celebration that you see before you in all ways. The celebration of Shem, the celebration of beautiful essences of children laughing, and how you explore the beauty of the sound of laughter and the beauty of song and the beauty of your teams that are threading messages and symbols through songs and through natures for you. Your teams are constantly wanting to remind you that they are with you in every way through all things. As source is, they are, you are. And so it takes our just awakening, that beautiful, soft awakening to all that is before us, that we are a part of it, reflecting in our oneness and remembrance that is spirit. It's all spirit. It's us within it. And are we awake to that beautiful, beautiful sacred threading? That one's a big one today, isn't it? So we've got to slow down and just honor the sacred space. So the one on the bottom is the tree of illumination. So that goes perfectly with our video this morning. So please feel free to tune into that. The first one that came out was meditation, and how, again, it's that patience and slowing down and being at peace within the center of who we are, so that we're fully grounding with the light frequencies from above and below, and we're anchoring ourselves within that meditative presence and that peace and stillness. And it allows us to provide ourselves with relief and sanctuary. We're building the home from within. What does that mean, and how is it completely and utterly interrelated with our values and our sacredness of who we are knowing ourselves to be now, our sacredness with all life. And as we do, it allows us to live sacredly. We become the oracle of our own lives. We're allowing us to release what no longer serves to creation, to be transmuted, our guides and our teams to help us releasing the fears and the worries and anxieties, to know that they're from old belief systems, from limiting belief systems, from akashic and lineage belief systems that don't belong to us. Remember that as a multidimensional cosmic frequencies in this now moment, we're threading other lifetimes that are also not feeling comfortable, and why sometimes we wake up feeling as if something might happen or not happen, or you have those innate fears that you don't know where they come from. Because not only are we clearing and healing the energies from Gaia, from our lineage, from our ancestors, but we're also threading those timelines through which other things have occurred that we get to now choose in this now moment. A more peaceful, serene way to experience and explore ourselves as spirit. Because remember, the soul's desire is for experience. So we're understanding that Source is giving us this opportunity to create a 5D reality from the wisdoms and intelligences and experiences from all that we have been from 3 to 5D. And we get to choose in this now moment. I choose to co-create from a place of peace and love and oneness, so that we can truly heal at a soul level. And all of those fragments, as you see, all of these fragments become transmuted into the vessel that is pure light and pure love and pure oneness of who we are. We've learned lessons and blessings and values of those experiences from the soul's journey. And we become our own oracle. And that's how we ever present ourselves. And as spring is, this is now the fall equinox, so how beautiful and sacred this is, that what we plant and what we create now for this winter and this fall experience, we're seeding and we're blessing the earth with the new versions of us, those new resonant experiences of us, so that in the springtime we get to see the beautiful new life that we've created from the seeds of love and oneness and peace and regeneration of our soul's experience into this now beautiful new seed of preciousness and light and sacredness. And we become this beautiful earth and life force as one. And that's what we meant this morning as our homecoming. Our homecoming is understanding that we're threading all that we are as source, all that we are as human into this one now moment, becoming more precious and really planting the seeds throughout creation in that way. That's the staying foundation, the diversity that we are as a human soul collective. And why we need to take those times of regeneration and peace and meditation and patience and reflection. That's all a part of the ascension journey. And so that we're in constant awareness of how source flows through us to transmute when we're in our centerness. Transmute to say, this feels good, this doesn't feel good. It's what I want to experience next, kind of thing. Thank you. And the sacred ancestors, they want to be a part of the ride too. We can't know and feel that unless we're present. I love this. I just love her artwork. I have a few of her art pieces. Her name is Mariposa. Ajna, the goddess Ajna, Durga. It's the power of the good. So understanding that when those moments of presence, and as you're moving through the minutia and the density and the navigation of experiences from the soul, because remember, in any one moment, you're feeling all of your experiences from 3 to 5D, and you get to harmonize it in this now pure moment. Because remember, we're threading all timelines, all now moments. And that's why centeredness and grounding is so important. That it's the power of who you are, and the seed of who you are is pure love and light. And that is the process of ascension that we are remembering. We are remembering our wholeness and our oneness back to source. That we are always love. That every element and every moment that we suffer, and that we have those moments that are not feeling like love, they're temporary. We will always return back to who we are as pure love. That is the process of ascension. It's our remembrance, our self-actualization, that we are always pure love. And it's our knowingness. Do we know this? And how can we thread this into everything and every moment? I am pure love. I am pure love. Everything that comes before me is going to be an experience of love that I will learn through. My soul wants to experience the expansiveness of remembering I'm love in all moments. She's threaded with everything. And that tiger is the energy and the vibration of the divine feminine. To know that I'm a creator of life, and I'm a creator of life, and I honor this. I honor and I value it. And I'm bringing all that I have with all dimensions and all timelines and all threads of my beingness. I'm bringing it forward in this now moment. I'm going to allow it to live through me because I'm sacred. I want my next moment to be sacred. I value who I am as sacred. I'm going to honor, I'm going to call all that I am and all that is life around me to be sacred, for I am that I am. I am the balance of all that is good. It's all an expression of source, and you get to choose how you want to experience it. And she is the goddess of bringing good to all things, because she understands the essence of living through every moment. And this is Viracocha. And I saw this when I was in Peru. Viracocha, there was totems and statues of Viracocha. This is honoring of the light that is within all things, all moments. And it's only that our perspective and separation of fear, those illusions of fear, remember they're all illusions, from the belief patterns, the templates, and the experiences that we've taken on, the psyche wounds, to heal, transcend, and release the veils, so that we remember ourselves as the center of pure light. And so what they're bringing to my attention is this veil of feathers that he's wearing, is that each one has taken him through his sacred journeys of the experience of the soul that we almost walk and we almost move through, because we wanted as a soul to have the variety of experiences that we do, so that we remember at a soul level, I know how to weave my way into love again. I know how to weave my way into the knowingness that I've always been love. And that all of these lifetime experiences and all of these experiences and journeys and travels have taught me that I can return and expand out to return to love. I am pure love, unconditional. And I honor that. I value it, and I treasure it, and I nurture it. And that's how I seed myself through all creation. I return to source. I am source. The threading of who I am is source. And I honor it. And that's where you're taken to many other levels of the many mansions, to be that sacred warrior of light. And as a sacred warrior, the spirit warrior. Alakoa is a blessing and a gift from I don't know how I just threaded that in. I didn't even, they're just threading me that story. That you become that sacred warrior, that you're walking the path of the warrior, that you always remember yourself to be light, that no matter what you walk through, insurmountable odds, like the ant story, that you will always arrive and allow yourself to be ever pressing out and spreading your wings into new territory, because you're remembering yourself and you're showing yourself and you're being the light that you've come to be. Regardless of the times that you've had to clear and climb those mountains through density, where you thought at any moment that, okay, enough is enough, I can't take it. And then you open up your hands for the remembrance of who you are as spirit, and you will constantly be fed the unconditional love and light from all of your ancestors, and you will always be brought to new life, as the butterfly shows us, that infinite rebirth, the eternal life that we are as Christ. It's profound. You're always that spirit warrior. You will always be, without it never taken from you. You are eternal light. That is your truth. How you thread that truth, how you live that truth, comes from living in that patience and that serenity and that sanctuary to be rebirthed and regenerated at all times, because it's required. That's why we've had this global collective reset, so that we look within and say, what do I want to seed next? What does my new 5D reality want to look like? What does my 5D home want to look like? How do I want to look like? How feel that experience of my sacredness? So profound. Awesome. We hope that you've enjoyed it, dear lighted ones. Thank you so much for tuning into the weekly collective global tarot, and understand that there's infinite, awesome, multidimensional lessons in every moment. Just breathe in. be soft and be silent, and know that the Holy Mother, Father, and all creators, the Elohim, infinite number of beings that are with you in all moments to help you remember yourself as always whole, always light, and always pure unconditional love. So allow yourself the beautiful blessing that you are. Soften. You are unconditionally loved. You are adored. Soften into who you are, and just allow life to be that beautiful flow through you. You are beautifully blessed. And the divine and holy heavens are truly grateful for all that you are and all that you express yourself as, that beautiful creative being of light. And we love you. Namaste.